Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is an AMX 13105AM Milli 50. It's the Tier 5 French SPG, which is now the entry level for French artillery, and it's located on the north spawn of Murovanka under the commands of Alehoh. Now, a lot of people actually are trying this Arty now because it's said to be one of the easiest Artys to 3-mark in the game, and with good reason. It's only got a 105mm gun, which makes it very difficult to get accurate shots on the enemy unless you're very good at aiming and allowing it to dial in. The 105mm gun will do 445 alpha, penetrating 30mm of armor, and it's got a burst radius of 1.91, so even if you get a near miss, you're going to do some damage. The fire rate is pretty good, 11 seconds per shot. And as you can see, it's actually quite mobile, and that's because it's based on the AMX 13-ton light tank. Well, Aleho's moved off to the east side of the map, and this gives him good shots on the enemy that are coming through the Magic Forest. He leads the shot on that T-34, gets a lovely direct hit for his first shot, 160 hit points. That's almost as much as the 85mm round on the T-34-85 does as well. Lining up another shot, rounds out. Another direct hit, 147 on the other T-34. Okay, he's just reloading, waiting for another one. Rounds out. Now, they sold 429, so I think it was 429 of this artillery, this SPG were made. And it was known as the AMX 13 Variant 61. The Dutch bought them as well. And it was as recently as 1984 it was still in service, and one of the members of What Arty Noobs actually owns one of these. Yes, he's actually got one, not in a great state of repair, but he also owns an AMX 1375 himself, and so he's actually going to renovate this AMX 13105AM. Now, the AMX 1375 is one of my favourite tanks, actually. If I had the choice of tank to actually buy for my own personal use, that would probably be the one I get. Now, he's got some nice shots there on that Skoda T24, but the T34-85 is being a bit elusive at the moment. Maybe you'll get better luck with that Skoda. Trying to line up a shot on that T34. It's difficult, but he does. Oh, good hit! 102. It makes him almost a one-shot, but not quite. Trying for the Skoda this time. Rounds out. A good hit on him. 181. That's a nice shot, that one. Remember, it's 105mm, and that is quite a decent caliber. Apparently, when these Arty were first built, they could fire 10 shots within the first minute, and then the fire rate dropped to 3 shots per minute. I think that's because then they had to get shells out of storage. The ready storage contained 10 shells straight away. Okay, he's looking at that KV-1, dials in before he moves the reticule over the target, works out where the KV-1's going. Long range shot, he gets 40 hit points from a direct hit. I think that might have hit the front of him, that's why it didn't do more damage. Rounds out. Excellent leading shot there. He led the target just enough to get him right on target. It can take a lot of skill to get that, but once you get your eye in, you know how to do it, and you can keep repeating it. A lovely shot on the rear of the KV-1, who then dies. We're 2 tanks ahead of the enemy, but they are doing well on the west side of the map. We've got an Su-85 about to attack a VK3001H. The Su-85 got hit, but unfortunately we lost our teammate. And he's now proceeding to move into the back area. The nearest teammate we've got is a gorilla, and of course he can't see him because there's a ridgeline in the way, and he probably wouldn't be able to run away in time anyway. The Su-85 is probably going to get to him before he can move out of the area, so all he could really hope to do is spot the Su-85 when he comes over that ridgeline and give Alehoh a good shot right into him before he dies. And there he is. Oh, he's come right over the edge. Saw him quite late. Rounds out. Oh, kill shot saves the gorilla. But he'll have to move, otherwise he will get counter-batteried. To the south, we see a Panzer IV-H killing our Wolverine. And he dies to the M10 RBFM, the French one. We're one tank down on the enemy now. And, oh, this is a T-34 making his way across the field. He's seen the IKV-65 too. And they're exchanging fire. Alehoh puts a round into him for 162. The gorilla stuns him with his round. Aleho's going for another shot, but he pulls back behind the house before he can get one in. Will he be stupid enough to back up a bit more? He finds a blind round in there, but no joy off that. Now, we are down one tank. The enemy has an IKV-65-2, an SU-8, a T-34, an M10, a Gorilla, and an M41 HMC. So all three of the enemy's SPGs can deal stun damage. All of them are over 15 centimeter in caliber. Now, one of the things that is in favour of the AMX 13105AM is it's actually very good at shooting on the move. I've actually taken out a T-34-85M with a face shot whilst I was moving at full speed in one of these little arties. So it can be quite surprising to the enemy because basically it is an AMX 13-ton light tank moving, which is capable of moving at speed. Okay, the IKV-65-2 on the enemy team's come into the Magic Forest. And he's pushing on our M10, lining up a shot. Line him up and rounds out. Oh, fantastic shot. And the M10 gets the kill, but not before he gets hit by somebody else who's obviously in the back. And he couldn't see that guy. Someone is behind the IKV. And it's the M10 on the enemy team there. And he's stationary, so Alehoh can fire a round in, dialed in, and gets a direct hit. 143. So it's 4 versus 5 now. Lining up another shot, working out where the M10's going. He pulls back. That shot shoots past the turret. I think the M10 is a one-shot, but you notice how he's positioning himself behind the wreck for cover. Aleho's shot goes long. He's trying to aim just behind that wreck, hoping that he can get a shot. And, oh no, this is difficult. Our teammate in the Gorilla left his position because the T-34 moved on him. He just got taken out by him. And here comes that T-34. He's dialed in, rounds out, gets a kill. A blind kill. Yeah, you don't sneak up on someone like Alehoh with when he can accurately shoot you in the face. So he's firing into that bush. A blind shot. He has got enough ammo for this. 26 rounds left, so not a problem. And there's the M10. He was in the bush, but in the next one up. Dials in, rounds out. The M10 gets the kill without us even helping. So, we've got 2 tanks, 1 Arty. They've got only 3 Artys left. And that's going to be interesting. But remember, all 3 of those Artys have got guns which are over 15 centimeters. The SU-8's got a 152mm, the Gorilla's got a 15 centimeter, and the M41 HMC has got a 155mm. The M41 and the Gorilla are not that fast, but the SU-8 is. It's very fast and almost comparable speed, you might say, to the AMX 13105. How they will react on the move, though, when confronted by one of these little tanks, that remains to be seen. It depends on how accurate and how good a player they are. Well, it's the enemies. One of our teammates, the M10's going down the centre of the map. The IKV's going down the east side of the map. We're on the west side of the map. We should be able to spot these people if they try to propel themselves north. Oh, he's found the Gorilla, and now he's going to go for some anal probing. Yep, shot you right up the ass. Always a bit of fun doing a bit of anal probing on the enemy, especially if it's an Arty and you creep up on them behind and then shoot them in the ass. Normally I like to get to virtually 0 range, you know, right point blank range, and you shoot them in the ass and there's nothing they can do at that range. And if the enemy ever shoots you in a confrontation face to face and they miss, just drive straight up to them, blast them in the face, but make sure you're outside the blast range when you do so, because you don't want to get hit by your own HE blast in the process. That SU-8 is pulling back into cover, but it's not going to help him from Alehoh, who kills him with one shot. Now, can he get the other one? It's the M41 HMC. He's loading. He's going to push on this side. And Arty do normally go to the west side of the map. You've got the M10 up on top of the hill. But Aleho's going to go in and try and find him face to face. IKV is capping, which means the attention of this M41 is probably going to be on the cap at the moment, trying to get resets. He's not going to be waiting for Alehoh to creep up on him and blast him with his 105mm gun. Nobody in the corner. Is he going to be over this rise? Probably. Oh, getting close. He must be here. Yes, there he is! And we've got him by the ass! Go for it! Yes! That is a counter battery! And that wins the game. 3 beautiful kills there by Alehoh to win the game. And I'm sure his teammates were happy about that. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for Alehoh in the AMX 13105 AM Milli 50. He managed to get a Reaper because he killed 3 tanks with 1 shot each. In fact, starting with the Gorilla, he then, actually starting with the T-34. Then he shot the Gorilla in the rear. Then he shot the SU-8 with a long-range shot. And finally got that M41 HMC to finish the game. A fighter manager getting at least 4 kills. He ended up with 5. A counter battery because he killed all 3 enemy Arty. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 20 in that one. And he got through an epic medal and 2 battle heroes as well. He got the Gore's medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points for his own vehicle. A high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game overall. And a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And you can see the win 8 from this game was 13,512. Yes, if you're a good player, you can get superb scores on win 8. And of course, this all helps towards, all this damage, all helps towards getting your 3rd mark. Let's have a look at team score. Top of the table, 2,440 hit points of damage from that game. Next highest score was the M10 RPFM with 1,884. And the next one after that was the IKV-65-2 on the enemy team with 1,328. When it came to kills, again, Aleho's got the top with 5 kills, 1/3 of the enemy team. 4 kills went to the M10 RPFM, 3 kills to the enemy M10, and 2 kills to the Wolverine, which is another M10, IKV-65-2, T-34, and the Panzer Mark IV-H. When it came to base XP, unfortunately, Alehoh didn't get the top one on that because the M10 RPFM got 1,000 base. Yes, he was doing a bit of spotting, and some of that spotting was for Alehoh, and so he managed to get past, but only by 24 base XP. Only by 24. Alehoh got 976, and the next high scorer got the T-34-85M on their team, got 729. Alehoh fired 28 rounds in the game, got 16 direct hits, 2 penetration, 17 splash. Damage of 2,440 hit points, of which 1,677 were at more than 300 meters. He didn't get hit at all during the game, but he certainly dealt a lot of damage on the enemy. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, both Arty, 11 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 killed, and 160 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 42,705 credits, and after ammunition and consumables, took away 7,385 credits. He also picked up 30 bonds from that battle, probably to do with whatever mission we're on at the moment, and 1,464 XP from the game, 732 from personal reserves, and took away 2,196 experience points altogether. He says this is okayish. This is more than okay. This is brilliant. What a game that was. 13,500, and he thinks that's okayish. Well, yes, that's a very high standard you're setting there, Alehoh, and it's a very good game. I'm sure most Arty players would appreciate the effort you put in there. So if you did enjoy that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. And thanks for watching.